Right. So today we are in the middle of discussions of the case study. Now, if you recall, this is the diagram we had drawn in the previous class, where about the processing of checks, right? And you can see that in the processing of checks, we have the customer, the clerk 1, clerk 2, and the cashier, and together the the processing of check has gone through in the various stages. Then afterwards, we have removed the people from this diagram and drawn what is known as a logical data flow diagram. In the logical data flow diagram, the people are removed and the processes, that is the verify check, check balance, issue token, verify signature, verify token, update balance, update account, that has been depicted. Later on, what we had continued to discuss is that assuming the final solution will have two people system, right, two people system, we can think of two subsystems as a part of the human machine interface. The subsystem 1 is the first person who will issue the token, and subsystem 2 who will be basically giving the cash. Alright. So, this is how we have thought of this particular system. Now, certain other things are also to be shown in this diagram, plus there is a context diagram which we should also develop. So, how should the context diagram look like? What will be the two structures that should be present in the context diagram? What are the two structures? What must be present to begin with? First of all, you tell me the context diagram should have how many process symbols or the circles? How many will be there in the context diagram? 2. It should be just 1. There should be just one process symbol in the context diagram. The context diagram should basically have only one process symbol. So, we can write processing of checks, right? Processing of checks, there is only one process symbol and we have only one entity in this case, but suppose there are more entity, we can show them as well. Right. So, we have the customer and we have the processing of checks. These are the two symbols which will be there, but there should be the very idea of the context diagram is that a context diagram should have only one symbol of your process symbol, but there may be more than one symbol representing the entity. Then we must also show in this diagram the various flows of data. What are the things that are going from the customer to the process and what is being given by the process, irrespective of whatever it may be. The first one is the check, and then it gets the token, then presents the token and it obtains cash, right. So, these are the data flows that are taking place between the customer and the system. while processing with the system is using a number of data files. Right. So, in fact all may not be two ways, but let me put two ways because processing of checks may include others as well. So, it will be like this. The very first one is our customer account file. Customer account file. The second one is the Daybook. You recall the Daybook which the accountant was updating, and finally the signature file. Signature records. So, if you just recall that we have actually used these three data files, signature records, Daybook and customer account for the check processing system, and all these are interacting with the process. Alright. So, basically the context diagram is a overall diagram which shows what are the entities and what are the data stores that the system is interacting with. Alright. So, all flows which are between some process and the entities will be depicted here. Now, this is a simple system, we will see later on when we will take a little different other kind of systems as well, how these will be actually present in the context diagram. Fine. So, the context diagram is like the beginning diagram, and as we go deeper and deeper we get top level data flow diagram. Now, see, we called it the logical data flow diagram. The previous day this diagram we called a logical data flow diagram. Essentially you can also call it a top level data flow diagram, and you can actually number the processes 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Alright. So, a logical data flow diagram is also, so basically we start with a physical data flow diagram if we are starting with some kind of manual system, identify the logical processes, draw the logical data flow diagram. That could be also our top level data flow diagram. If necessary, because this is too simplified, we are not drawing any detailed data flow diagram, because each and every such thing is already available. Alright, detailed, this is already quite detailed. So, it need not be called a detailed data flow diagram, and then onwards we found out the subsystems and drawn a context diagram. Okay. Now, see, suppose we do not want to call these our top level data flow diagram. Alright. Can you draw another top level data flow diagram which will show only the two subsystems, Instead of drawing this, can you draw this? Please try. What is to be done is that we are now drawing a top level data flow diagram which will include the customer, the manual processes, verify check, verify token, and two subsystems. We can give them some name. Maybe we can say that say token processing and cash processing. No, we just can give it's just a name, or we may call the verify account instead of token processing, and this one we may call as update account. Incidentally, it also handles cash. So, how will it look like? It will have basically 3 processes. In fact 4 processes. We have the customer here, verify check, verify account, then we have verify token, and finally update account, right. So, we may also give them some names, say for example, we can call this one as 1, this one as 2, this one as 3, this one as 4, right. So, we can give them some names, and then here customer is presenting the check, I think yes, we have made a mistake here. Okay, I will just put it back. So, this is where the check is being presented, and then the this one is there. Now, actually what may happen, yes, you can reject it or you may give him the token. It could be rejected check or it could be the token. Then after this verifying this check, we have the check plus token number. Then at this stage we may reject it again. So, it should be there. So, then this check plus token number we again send after, we may say that verified check plus token. And how to verify? Basically this one is just verifying check, and this verification is actually based on 2 files. One is, yes, customer account, another is signature record. And after this verification, verifying the token, which is the manual process. So, verify token means at this stage the customer presents the token to the second clerk. Then after this verified token, then update account, again you have to update into the Daybook and the customer account, and obviously the cash is given here. So, we can draw a overall line to represent the cash. Alright. So, you can see that this diagram could be updated to show the, now what has happened in this diagram, this could be one of the proposed diagram, one of the proposed data flow diagram, which includes the manual processes and the your computerized or automated processes. Alright. So, this is, let us call it as our new top level data flow diagram, and we shall see how this top level DFD we can expand further. We shall include one new concept as we expand this top level data flow diagram. Fine. So, this is our top level data flow diagram. Now, let us take only one such thing, that is our subsystem 1, let us say verify accounts. Alright, the verify accounts is our subsystem 1. Then from the previous diagram, subsystem 1, we can easily see what are the contents of this verify account. Basically, it has got 3 processes. What are the 3 processes? One is check balance, one is issue token, another is verify signature. So, these are the 3 processes, and since all of them are actually part of 2, can you see that? All of them are actually part of 2. So, that 2.0 can be expanded, and we can use various schemes obviously. This is not the only scheme, but we can as well use this. There is nothing wrong in using this way. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Alright, there could be other schemes as well. Some scheme says we should number it as 0.1, 0.2 like that, and then this one is the first level detailed data flow diagram. So, we write 1 point something, 1.2.1 like that, to really show that this is the first level, this is the second level, etc. Or else we can use simple notifiers. So, these are the 3 processes which are there, and if you really look at this, then this check balance, actually what we get here is the check, and you are checking with the customer account file. Then issue token. Now, after checking balance, you may also reject the check. So, you can say rejected check, and this is, we may call verified check. Then issue token, here you are issuing token. See here in this, since it is a detailed data flow diagram, there is no need to really show the entity. We need not show the entity, that is already there in the top level data flow diagram or in the context diagram. It is already there, it is not necessary that we keep on repeating the same thing again and again. Then this is the check, verified check plus token number, and signature verification is done from the signature record, and then finally signature verified check along with token number is transmitted onwards. Alright. So, this is a detailed data flow diagram. We can give the heading like this. This is the detailed right. So, this is the detailed data flow diagram of 2, that is verify account. Fine. So, similarly you can show the other one, that is the update account. Now comes further detailing. What is that further detailing? For every data that is flowing, please listen carefully, every data that is flowing we must give the attribute structure, and every process we should write the in a very simple language the logic and any processing that is done there. Is it okay? So, what is basically happening, can you tell me? First of all, check. What does the check contain? It contains, let us write them down. Yes. So, we must define them one by one. First and foremost is a check. So, the check means what are the things that the people should record out of a check? First of all, yes, account number, yes. So, one by one let us write date, then your check number, basically check number and date is the most important thing. We wrote account number first, but whatever, account number, date, check number, then name to whom the check is being issued, issued to, then amount, very important, amount, anything else? Signature is there, but then I think name of the bank is very important. Name of the bank, we are assuming it is a check of the same bank, that is our basic assumption, but suppose it is an outstation check, then all these are required. Name of bank, branch, yes, they expect that, I think the branch here means code number of the branch, branch code number that they would like to know, and anything else? Signature, yes, then crossed or, so we just say crossed, account pay or not, then finally signature, but signature how do you put it? We are assuming signature will be verified automatically. So, signature in this case could be a some sort of picture or some identification in some way which is which we are putting in the form of a JPG file or some other picture file, so that the signature that is available already in the signature record we can verify against these two. Alright. So, these are the things that we must identify with what is a check. What is a check? Basically, what are the attributes or data that moves with a check? Similarly, what are the minimum information that you must make available with a rejected check? Rejected check, All of the above, is it required?
Any of the other.
No, see, please understand, it is a transaction. So, all information is not necessary. This is the complete information of a check. So, basically all that we require is how to identify a check, alright. How to identify a check? Basically by again the first three: account number, date and check number. And then why rejected? Let us say we have identified three reasons broadly for rejecting a check. What are these three reasons? One is, yes, not enough amount, signature not matching, or it's not a check. Alright, that is what is the first. Please see the first. What is this verify check? Verify check is it a check? First of all, it may not be a check. See how it, there are many ways a check need not be a check. I mean, looks like a check, but signature while he signs or while he writes the amount, he has made a cut and it is not signed. Right, it is not signed. So, something like this, the amount that is written and amount that is given, they are not matching. The date that is given has already gone, or that date cannot exist. For example, 29th February 2003, it does not exist, but suppose somebody writes such a date, what can be done? Alright. So, these are various reasons by which we can say it is not a check, right. So, these are the three broad reasons. So, what we can do? We can just write a rejection code. You see, we may not use three fields, we can simply use a rejection code. The rejection code could be due to signature not matching, due to not enough amount, so S, A, or others, O. Some simple code, rejection code, it could have three values S, A, O. Alright, so we can just put S, A, O. S means signature not matching, A means account not available, amount not there, O means other reasons. Okay. So, these are the information that should be there in the rejected check. What should be there on token? Yes, or if you want it, because we in this case, please understand this, these we have assumed that these verify token, you see these are all we have assumed to be computerized, check balance to be computerized, issue token to be computerized, verify signature also to be computerized, alright. So, issue token, this token is actually being printed from computer, that is what that is how we have thought of, alright. So, if that is so, then these token should basically contain not only token number and other thing, you may actually print the check number as well, check number, date, something like this. Okay. So, make it little better, we may print token number, date, time and check number. Alright, so these are the these are the attributes. Token, see we are, that is a manual token you are talking of. See, we have gone for, if you recall, please recall these diagram that we had previous day, we have two subsystems, subsystem 1 and subsystem 2. Now, what we have assumed, it will be 2-person implementation, it could be 1-person implementation also, in that case token is not required, alright, and we assume that these portion would be computerized. That means check balance, issue token, verify signature, all three will be done by computer, alright. So, because of this the token need not look like the token we are usually accustomed to, alright. It is a printed document. Since it is a printed document, it may have something other than the token number, date, time and check number, okay. And apart from that, to signify that it is really a token, you can have some peculiar things of the bank symbol, so that people cannot copy it. Some kind of serial number, that is the token number already there, but something else which could be part of a pre-printed stationery, like a railway ticket. It has so many things already printed, alright. Then these are about the attributes. So, in our detailed data flow diagram, you are supposed to, while we have the check, we must write all these details. Basically, what is the check? Check means your account number plus date plus check number plus issued to plus amount plus name of bank, branch, crossed or not, signature, etc. Similarly, what is a rejected check? We already understood. Then what is a verified check with token number, and what is this verified check with token number? Basically, this could be the verified check would have all the attributes of the check and also include, apart from that, all that, and maybe we may have two more fields: verified account, yes or no, and verified signature, yes or no. Is it okay? So, the verified check could have account number, date, it could have check number. So, basically what this person has done, he has put the flag on, the verified account flag on, verified signature flag on, okay. It may not be the person, it may be the process has made that particular flag on, okay. So, this is about the verified check and also definitely token number. These three things we can take from the token number and date and time stamp. Date and time stamp as in the token, because remember this date is the check date. Check date need not be today's date, it could be 1 or 2 days before also, alright. Whereas this date and time is that of token number, which is the stamp coming directly from token, okay. So, these are also to be notified about the verified check. Then comes the two files. We have two files, one is the customer account, another is the signature record. What should be there? Customer account, account number, name, address, age. Instead of age we may say minor or not. Sometimes a person may hold an account and he is actually a minor, so all that thing, but there could be many details about the person, is it not? All these so many things, but most important thing is the balance. Yes, signature we are keeping separately, balance, Anything else you want to like to have? Anything else? Yes, some identification marks that are part of all these dot dot. I have put number of dots, basically all about the person, and other things which are historical information about him. Alright. So, balance, maybe we can keep some sort of a flag which you may call creditworthiness. What is creditworthiness? Means whether he can be given some kind of credit. If he is not a reliable customer, we may not call him creditworthy. Alright, sometimes we can have this as an important thing, creditworthiness. Then after that, what we might put?
Assets.
See, does he have a check facility? First of all, does he have a check facility? We may check that also. So, we can have a check facility flag which is relevant here. We can as well have this. Okay, so this is about a customer account file. Most important figure here is the balance and many other details about the person. We shall discuss more about this while we discuss the database management systems. Alright, at this point I think this much should be okay. Then the signature account or the signature record. What should be part of the signature record? Yes. Account number, name, signature. Right. So, it is a simple file, account number, name and signature, that could be part of the signature record. Although it is not in this particular detailed data flow diagram, but there is one more file which we are using, that is our Daybook. What should be there in the Daybook? Daybook, the first and foremost thing is the date, opening balance, see there is going to be a problem if you start like this. I will tell you what will be the problem. See, you are basically writing the transactions there, alright. So, what transactions you will write? First of all, transaction number 1, see every transaction that comes, alright, every transaction that comes you have to write let us say some transaction number, then check number you want to put for that particular transaction. It should be check number, because otherwise you cannot cross reference. Check number, you need not do anything, it will be check number and date, date of the check. Basically this is the date of the check, then amount. Now the problem is these are the transaction details. See, up to this point is our transaction details, whereas this opening balance and date, these are more like one information. You see, there will be, it is like a repeating group. Can you see this? These date and opening balance, it is like one time information. This is like one time information, whereas this transaction number to amount, this is like a repeating group. Please understand it carefully. See, we have the day book, it has date, opening balance, transaction number, check number, date of the check, amount, etc. Now, date and opening balance is an one time information to be included right in the beginning, and each transaction number they are like a repeating group, they are to be repeated every time a new transaction comes. Have you understood what I wanted to say? Because first customer comes, you enter his details, second customer again you have to enter transaction number, check number, etc., etc. So, this portion is like a repeating group. So, it is always better that we do not keep what is known as a repeating group in a file. You should not mix one time information and repeating group information in a file. That is one of the very simple way to give the crux of the database design is, first and foremost, do not keep repeating groups. That means some information should be static, some should be continually changing, should not be like that. You should find an unique record key, alright. Because of this, you cannot keep information like this, Actually, the opening balance need not be kept. The reason being, the opening balance is already there. See, this one is with regard to cashier, definitely. So, we may keep, let us say, two separate files. One is the transaction, another is the master. The master is where you are keeping the details of the particular accountant, where he keeps his date, opening balance, number of transactions, closing. It is like a summary information, alright. So, maybe one file summary, the summary file may contain date, opening balance, number of trans, name of the accountant who is doing all this, and closing balance. Whereas, the day book could be actually the summary or the transaction. So, this portion, the repeating group portion, you may call as a trans or transaction. So, transaction part is only the transaction number onwards, alright, transaction number, check number, date of the check, amount. So, what happens, the transaction number could be a key, a record key. There will be multiple records, but in the same file you are not keeping both one time information as well as the repeating group information, alright. So, this is the first thing about it. Then afterwards, so these are the various files or various data that is flowing in this particular diagram. Let us go back to the diagram. So, what is a check? We now have understood what information is carried by a check, a verified check after balance, verified check after issuing token, verified check after signature verification, alright. What is a rejected check, what is a signature record, what is a customer account, what is a token, alright. These we have understood, we have identified detailed information about each of them, alright. Next, let us find out about the processes. So, these are the three processes we have. If you go back to the detailed data flow diagram, One is the check balance, issue token and verify signature. Alright, there are these three processes: check balance, issue token, verify signature. Let us see what will happen basically in each of these processes. First process, check balance. So, check whether, see, we have to be exact now. You see this amount, we have the amount here in the check file, and in the customer account file we have the balance file. Alright. So, these two figures we should actually find out, and in that term check whether amount see, this is the equation, check whether amount is less than balance minus 250, because if we assume a minimum of 250 must be maintained. Alright. If yes, then what? If yes, what should be done? You should do something. What you should do is, you see this verified account flag on in the verified check. Alright. If yes, else send rejected check. Alright. So, basically what should be printed in a rejected check? See, we are not writing because we are having this, while you write actual program, at that time you must say what is a rejected check, how does it look like, I mean whether you should do something, write over it or do what. Is it okay? So, this is actually something like a pseudo code, we can say it is a pseudo code. A pseudo code is usually written in a language which is known as structured English. So, you can write your pseudo code for each of the processes by using what is known as a pseudo code. Alright. Issue token is pretty simple. What should be there in issue token? Nothing is there, just print token if verified check is received. Right. So, issue token if verified check is received. Finally, verify signature. What should be there in verified signature? Again, check whether the signature in the check matching that of the signature record. If it is matching, then fine, put the verified signature flag on, else send again a rejected check. Alright. So, that is what it is. We stop here about this particular exercise. I will in very short, I will take one or two more examples of data flow diagram and then move over to the next chapter. Okay, thank you. Yes.